let me tell you something. I get this from my mama, okay? And I know my mama watching this video right now, and she gonna be mad. She gonna be like, why you talking bad about me on YouTube? Ain't nobody talking bad about you. My mama is the nosiest person I know. Definitely, okay? But I'm the second nosiest person I know. As stated, I get that from her. Y'all, let me tell y'all. So when I'm on TikTok, I be all in everybody business. I be on African TikTok, Caribbean TikTok, LGBTQ TikTok, white supremacist TikTok. I'm everywhere, baby. I'm everywhere. I'm in everybody business. Same way y'all watching my people and studying my people. I'm doing the same to you, okay? So that being said, today we're going to be talking about the family structure of Africans and Caribbeans, because, you know, they claim that they have such amazing family structure, and Black Americans have this individualized, whatever. And yeah, we're going to debunk that. Now, in this video, I'm going to respond to a little, video that I saw on TikTok, but I want to make something clear, because I'm going to get a lot of comments from Africans and Caribbeans like, oh, that's just the internet. That's not real life, so and so and so. Let me make it very clear. I know a lot of Africans and Caribbeans in real life, and I know exactly how y'all family structures are. I know how y'all get down in real life, okay? Now, I'm not going to share that stuff because those things were told to me in confidence. I saw people's personal business up hand. I'm not going to share that, right? But I want to make it very clear that this is not an internet phenomenon, because a lot of people are going to be in the comments trying to pretend that it is. Oh, Flower Tower, you just on the internet too much. It's not like that in real life. That is a lie, okay? So let's get into this. I'm going to show you guys the little video that I will be reacting to.
Get the fuck out my house!
Are you serious?
Get that shit out my house! Are you fucking crazy?
So this dude posted this video, and do y'all think that Caribbeans were in the comments like, what? This is not true. Our family structure is supreme. We always look out for each other and lean on each other. No, of course not. They were all like, yeah. Folks were in the comments like, oh, I thought it was just Haitians, but apparently it's all of us. Like, literally, folks was like, man, I'm in this situation right now, right? And the funny thing is this, though. If a Black American had commented something that paralleled this, right? If a Black American had said, oh, yeah, when you falling on hard times and, your family say you can sleep on their couch, then after 2 weeks, they like, okay, you got to go, right? If a Black American posted something like this, the comments would have been full of Africans and Caribbeans like, oh, man, we could never be like that. Our family structures are just too yada, 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 so and so and so, right? They will be up under our videos putting on the damn Ritz, right? But then when they get around each other, suddenly the truth comes out. You know what my personal beef with this topic is? It's the fact that I'm tired of my people being used as a scapegoat. And it's like, it's coming from every direction, because whenever something negative happens, it's a bunch of white people and Asians commenting, oh, the usual group of suspects, so and so and so, right? Using Black people as a scapegoat, even though they'll shoot up a school in a hot jiffy, right? But no, Black people are the violent ones, right? And then, as it pertains to Black people, whenever a Black person does anything negative, here come Africans and Caribbeans. Oh, that's not us. We have immigrant morals. Oh, that must be Black Americans, so and so and so. Whole time, y'all act the exact fucking same as Black Americans. Honestly, a lot of times worse. But you act worse with a little accent, man. So instead of you having a ghetto accent, when you talk about what bumbleclot with the girl gone, you know what I'm saying? But then it's cute though. Like, I literally, bro, years ago, I seen a post by some Africans, right? They were talking about how loud Africans are, right? But they were talking about it endearingly. They were like, yeah, when you hear that, oh, I beg, oh, moro do do, you know that's the Africans, the aunties and the uncles, like, oh my God, so endearingly, right? But if they were talking about Black Americans being loud, as they often do, they always do that, right? Do you think they would have been endearing about it? No, they'd be like, oh, cultureless, and they have no manners, and so and so and so, and yada, yada, yada. That's what I am personally tired of as a Black American, because everybody in the world, now, this video happens to be about Caribbeans, and I'm talking about Black people stuff, but it's not just y'all. Everybody in the world is using Black people, specifically Black Americans, as a scapegoat, and it gets tiresome. It does. Y'all communities be fried, dyed, and laid to the motherfucking side in the worst way possible. Don't take that as a compliment, baby, because that's not what I mean. Okay, I'm talking about like if you see somebody outside, they hair stiff as fuck, like looking like they put gorilla glue on that shit, and you like, oh yeah, your shit fried, dyed, and laid to the side. That's the like the tone that I'm taking. Y'all communities be busted the fuck down, right? But you will quickly use the Black American community as a scapegoat. Quickly, like it gets so old. That's my complaint with it. It gets so old. Like I remember, y'all, when I was in graduate school, okay? So we had a Black student union, all right? And my issue with the Black student union was this. Now I forget what they call it. I always say Black student union because in undergrad I went to Michigan State. That's what we called it, the Black student union. You know when you do stuff in undergrad, it just never really changes. They call it something else at UMich though. But we had a Black student union, right? But then we also had an African student union and a Caribbean student union, right? But then the Black student union was half the time including African and Caribbean shit in our stuff. So I was like, hold up, wait a second. They have an African student union. They have a Caribbean student union. So why are we talking about this shit like at our stuff? Because this should be about Black American issues specifically because they have their own unions for they shit, right? So why is our group focusing on they shit? Like what, right? It got to the point where I kid y'all not, when Black History Month came around, I was irritated because they put on this Black History Month program and they was talking about Africans and Caribbeans and shit. And I was like, what the fuck do this got to do with Black History Month? Like, bro, Black History Month is about Black Americans. What are we talking about? Like, I sat down and I had a meeting with, I think, oh man, I forget what she was in charge of. And I remember she asked me, she was like, well, what is your goal? Like, what are you expecting to come from this meeting? And I told her, I'm not expecting y'all to change the program this year. Like, y'all done already put it together and whatever. But I'm hoping that I plant a seed in your mind. Because the reality of the fact is that y'all are double dipping. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have y'all African student union. Y'all have y'all Caribbean student union. But still, our Black American student union and all of our stuff also has to be about y'all. Like, what? But anyway, that was a side note. Let me get to my point because the African Student Union had this one event that needs to be addressed. The African Student Union had some, table talk, whatever, about, issues within the African community, right? Now, y'all probably wondering, Flatar, how you know that? Because I was on their Instagram page talking shit, like the fuck. So they had posted something talking about, oh yeah, let's address the featureism, the texturism, the tribalism, whatever in our communities, right? And I was like, oh yeah, let's definitely. No, wait, y'all, it wasn't even just the African Student Union. Wait, there was an African Student Union, a Caribbean Student Union, and then also a East African Student Association, or it was like, I think it was East African Student Association or Horners or something. I think it was East African though, right? So the East African Student Union was putting this thing going, right? So they were like, oh yeah, let's talk about featureism and tribalism and whatever in our community. And I was like, yeah, let's talk about it. Because I was like, because the Somalian hoe definitely called me a Bantu bitch. So let's discuss it, right? So they was like, oh, golly gee, oh, that's so inappropriate, so-and-so, right? They were saying, oh, we so sorry she said that, yada, 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 right? But my point is this, though. Right? Because clearly they thought I was African, too. But my point is this. That Somalian girl who called me a Bantu bitch, mind you, she called me that on the internet. Because y'all know y'all do not be talking this greasy in real life. Like, that's not a thing. But anyway, she called me that, right? Because she clearly thought I was African, okay? So, I guess some Africans would have been like, what? Bantu, bitch, let's knock about that. Me, bitch, I'm not a fucking Bantu. Like, and y'all finna come, oh, your ancestors was Bantus. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, shit, my ancestors was shoemakers and shit too, bitch. You ever seen me make a pair of shoes? Like, the fuck? So anyway, right? So I commented this under their page, right? And I'm sharing this because it brings something up. Whenever Africans talk to Black Americans, they're always like, oh, the African community, we're so strong together and so, so we love each other, so, like, I have a connection with all Africans, blah, blah, blah. But when they get around each other, do you think that that's actually true? Like, come on now. So they'll gaslight us and say, oh, every issue in the diaspora is because of Black Americans. You guys are so divisive. The problem is y'all. But then when a group of Africans get together, they calling each other Bantu bitches and shit. Like, come on now. Y'all communities are not anywhere near perfect. And like I said, I'm tired of you guys using black Americans as a scapegoat. I really am. The only reason that y'all don't get exposed for the raggedy shit that y'all do all of the time is because y'all speak a bunch of languages that don't nobody speak. Like, come on now. So instead of y'all arguing and going back and forth and being divisive and talking crazy in English, y'all doing it in a different language. So 99% of it goes under the radar. Nobody's picking up on it. But you bitches is not slick. And Detective Flower Tower is going to expose you hoes every single time.